everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Tanya and a very special welcome to all my new subscribers. I thank you very much for considering me someone that you'd like to subscribe to. Today's video is going to be a bag swap. Now I'm going to swap out of my Mulberry Alexa, which I've been in for the last, I think, month or 3 weeks since my last video where I did the bag swap. I think it's a good 3 weeks. Let me show it to you. You may remember I bought this pre-loved from someone who was in the Facebook group that we're both members of, and I have not stopped using her. I love it. I love the sound she makes. I've got her decked out with charms. So these are the little grapes, and then these are the natural stones that I bought from one of those little handbag shops. And over here, if my voice sounds like it's catching, it actually is. I'm just dealing with something I can't get rid of. Anyway, I have here the sort of simple sort of leather look-alike Bottega Veneta dupe that I bought from Kmart, and on here is the little clock. What do they call it? The bungee sort of clock charm. Clock. Oh my God, words. I hope that I make sense in this video, and I will ask your forgiveness in advance. Currently, it is the busiest time of the year for me at work. If you don't know, I'm a teacher, and mid-year for us, because our school year is a calendar year, mid-year is the time of mid-year assessments, and I am drowning in marking, and I am struggling. And you know, I think every year it's going to get a little bit better and easier, but it doesn't. It seems to get worse every year, and schools demand more and more and more from teachers every year, and it's like they're bleeding. You know, they're taking blood from a stone. What's that expression? I can't even say it properly because that's how tired I am. And yeah, it's been quite challenging. My health is paying the price for the busyness of work, and there's just no respite until all of the assessments are over and all the exams are over, and then I will have 2 weeks. Well, all the Victorian schools will have 2 weeks holidays at the end of June. Then I can just stop and sleep and breathe. It's been rough, and it's taking a toll on my health. So my apologies. That's just a little extra bit of story time for you. If I stop or I sound like I'm losing my voice, it's because I probably am. But anyway, so I love the sound of this bag because, like I said, I've got it decked out. So you can hear me coming before you see me coming, that's for sure. This is the Mulberry Alexa in the regular size. This is in the color chestnut. This leather, okay, just that's all I can say. This, full stop, leather, exclamation mark, is everything. I love it. It's just got this beautiful worn leather smell, but not in a bad way, worn. When I say that, I mean just loved, you know. It's anyway, because I'm trying to be careful in that I don't want to create any excessive wear or damage to the bag, I think it's time to move into a new one. And also because I have a new bag that I'd like to move into, and you've seen it before, and I've already scratched her during the unboxing, so some of that pressure will be reduced. I'm running out of words. So let's hope that I can make that bag feel as loved as this one. You may remember a little while ago I unboxed this bag. This is an Oroton brand. Oroton is Australia's Coach. Oroton is Australia's Mulberry. You know, Oroton is our sort of leather company. And this is the Finn bag in the Crackle leather in the dark chocolate. I've got a bit of a brown thing happening. Having said that, lately all I want is black bags, but I mentioned that in a previous video too. I just love the idea of really decking out and dressing up a black bag. I've got a couple of black bags, but I just want other black bags. And yet, having said that, I have bought some bags and they're not black. What do you do? What do you do? But I'm in love with black bags. Anyway, so what we have here is the Finn large day bag, and if I am wrong, because usually I'm wrong in every video, I will have the correct information listed below. Now this bag does have the 2 straps. It comes with this top handle. Pardon me. In my first video, I mentioned that this is not removable, but I was wrong. It actually is removable. You just need to loosen these rivets here on the side and then just, you know, filter it through and then remove it. The only thing is that if you then remove the top handle, you will have these little D-rings just showing, but shouldn't be a problem. I do hope though that I've been noticing that as I lift and hold this bag, that, you know, if the bag is very heavy and there's a lot in it, it could pull up this leather here. And as you can see, it's a smooth leather. It's not a patent, full-on patent leather. It's called Crackle. I don't know why, because it doesn't look crackly. It's quite smooth, but I fell in love with this to the point that I paid full price for it. I didn't even wait for any sale. I just felt the scratch. There it is. You might just see there, see? There she is. And I remember doing it, like as I was removing the packaging or something, my nail just scraped up. And we've got this beautiful gold hardware. It's not overly shiny, but it's not matte. It's a nice in between, but it's a deep gold. It's lovely. And it comes with this tassel here like that, which over time I imagine it's just going to flare out because that's what tassels do. And then it's also got its own clochette. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Yes, it has a clochette with the ring on the end, and it's an O-ring style, so if you wanted to, you could hang something off it, like another charm or special key or something or other. Now this does not oh yeah, it can come off, but again you'd have to undo the strap. But this is all one piece. It's not like I can take off part of it and move it elsewhere or anything like that. So that's the bag. This is the long, either thin shoulder strap, or you could have it as a crossbody strap. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm mostly going to wear it as a shoulder bag like this, but perhaps I'll just keep the strap attached anyway. I'll make it shorter so it becomes like a slightly longer shoulder bag than this drop, but keep it attached for now. The inside of this bag is really lovely. So it's got this beautiful black leather. Is that leather? I think so. Let's have a look. Is it? Yeah, looks like it. And it's got this beautiful long rectangular shape on the inside. And again, it's like this sort of linen finish, like a calico. It's got those little brown dots. And, oh, here's my clipper. I was looking for the gold one the other day and I couldn't find it. That's why, because it's in here. Anyway, I'm going to put my things in here that were in the Mulberry, but there's going to have to be some downsizing happening because what I have in that will not fit in this. But we're going to give it a go. Here we have the items that I was carrying in the Mulberry. This is my phone case, which I'm currently using the phone to record this. I have the Samsung S22 Plus. Most of the time the phone is on me in some way, in my hand or back pocket, if I have a back pocket, or any other pocket if it fits. This is the large corner zip wristlet in the newspaper print that was sent to me by beautiful Rachel from Bag Babes Coterie. I have an inhaler because I think I need it. So anyway, been trying to sort of work with that. And then I have here this pouch. Now, you probably don't recognize this, and I just recently bought this because for a long time I was using the Marine Rouge, which is the navy little emprunt clay with the red trimming or the red glazing. If you've watched a few of my last videos, you'll know. But I deliberately wanted this because I wanted something that I could just lay some cash in and lay it flat. And this is not even leather. Now, I bought this because, like I said, I wanted it to put cash in, or like long, sort of maybe long receipts or something like that without having to fold them up. And I wanted this, something like this in leather. I couldn't actually find one. That's not really true. I did find one in the Facebook group. It's a YSL in the same color. It's got the YSL down the front. It's got the chevron, which I love. Chevron's my favorite. But the seller is asking $440 for that. And as much as the retail price on that piece now, because it has card slots on the back, is over $1,000, I'm just hesitating to spend another $400 on a pouch like this, even though I love SLGs and I love pouches. So I just did a little bit of looking around. I popped over to Oroton in the hope that they might have something like this, but they didn't. And then I picked this up from just a bag store that we have here, and it's called Strand Bags, and they sell a variety of brands, some leather, some non-leather. And I picked this up. It was $20 reduced to $13. So like I said, not leather, but it looks really nice. So that was in my bag. Phone, of course, there's a phone case, that one there. Then I've got this one here, which is still here. And I think I may use this video to actually inspire me to switch out of it. And then there is my clay. So let's see how all this looks. I will probably speed up a little bit of the recording as I pop things into the bag and play around with them and see. Okay, now surprisingly, I was able to fit everything in just like that. Now I haven't done it very, overly neatly or anything like that. I could probably actually make it look a little bit better In all honesty, this is not sitting very well because it's, you know, there's an empty space in there, but I'm trying to position it in a way that the phone would sit in there. I thought that maybe this would not fit, but let's have a look. Let's have a look to see what I have to do to close the flap over. And actually, I didn't even have to push down all that much. Now, what's it look like across the top? See here? So probably, if I carry one thing less, it might pull up less, but it's well stitched here, so it's not like it's going to give way. So it's stitched there to hold these little leather loops for the D-ring. So I think we should be good. Let's have a look. Of course, it feels heavier than when it was empty, but that's what it looks like. And it doesn't look like it's overstretched. It doesn't look like it's overstretched in any way. Gosh, it's such a sexy looking bag, isn't it? It doesn't look like it's bulging. It doesn't look misshapen. Wow. Okay, now, given that I don't carry a lot, I think that looks pretty good. Looking at the back of the bag, as you can see, there's no buckling other than just a little bit of empty space. It's not like anything's protruding out and poking out. And that's what she looks like. Now, in terms of using the longer shoulder strap, so this is as crossbody on me. And look, this probably could just stay like that, sit under the boob, I guess, or we could remove it. So let me see if I can remove it. That was no easy feat. That took me a while. So I disconnected it from there, then I filtered it out of the keeper, and let's pop this out without scratching the bag again. There we go. So that's what the bag would look like if there was no top shoulder strap. I'm not going to undo the other one. We're just going to pretend it's not there. Okay, so if you wanted to wear this bag crossbody without the top shoulder handle, you could, and that's what it would look like. It's actually quite nice. It just takes a lot of effort, and that's obviously because it's quite new to undo and to disconnect that leather from the rivet and then pull it through. But I tell you what, actually that doesn't look bad. I wasn't sure how it was going to look crossbody, but that doesn't look bad. That was another ordeal. Let's not talk about that. So I have popped it back on, and at first this went missing. I don't know, it went flying, somehow ended up on my dressing table here. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, it did. So what I thought I would do is, just to relieve a little bit of the pressure, is maybe try using a smaller pouch. Maybe being a smaller pouch might help with the actual weight that's in the bag. So in order to do that, I will need to naturally change up what I'm carrying in this pouch. And because it's larger, I have taken advantage and I'm carrying a little bit more. In there, I've got a couple of lippies. I've got some of this quickies for, you know, heartburn. I've got a saline for my burning eyes because, anyway, I won't need this one, the silver one, because I've got the other gold one. So we'll flick that off. I've got my portable charger. That's you know, a non-negotiable that needs to come with me. I've got a pair of, you know, like older but converted headphones, earphones, you know, sometimes when you're on the train or something like that. And I've got another lip product, so I'm going to reduce the number of lip products even though I only have two. And I've got a Tide pen, and see what it's like in a smaller wristlet or pouch, and take it from there. Try and use the little Chanel pouch because I hardly use this. It's not going to work. The saline will stick out, and yeah, it just barely holds the charger. Look at that. I'll put some earphones, the wide earphones, because sometimes, you know, the others, they just chew up battery life. So I'll just put the, yeah, this is true. So I've moved to my Coach Basquiat little corner wristlet. I think this lipstick is a problem because of its shape, so I'm just going to get like a smaller, thinner one. In here, what I've done is I've put the Tide pen right at the bottom lengthwise. Then I've just put my charger in there, the earphones. These could probably just stay loose at the bottom of my bag, but anyway, pop them in there, and I'll just get like a different lip product, like a thinner little lipstick, so that I'm not adding too much bulk. Or I can just, Let's see if this works. No, that doesn't zip. So that's got to go. Nice one though. This is a beautiful color. This is the Maybelline Glaze, and it's like a balm, but it also stains. So it's a really nice one actually, but it's just a stupid shape. So I'm just going to go with a standard round lip balm and see how that fits. Let's put that one lying down, and this, the things you've got to do to make them fit in your bag, this Tetris business, is somewhat frustrating. Okay, Quick Easy's got to go. That can just go loose in the bag, and the lip product can just sit in there, and that's it. So it's not necessarily any fatter than the larger one. The only difference is that I'm not carrying is the clipper, which is that bag hook, and I've got that in the side pocket of my bag, and just carrying one less lip product. Oh, and the Quick Ease. I mean, the Quick Ease is not a big deal because as you consume and use them up, it gets smaller and smaller. It's just that odd shape because it's round. So I'm just gonna like slip that in the side there because look, age, menopause, I need them. So that's what the bag looks like now. So we've got the smaller pouch. I've got this other one here for cash. Probably I can do away with that if I put the cash in the bank. I've got my phone case in there. That's my other wallet. I'm thinking that I'm going to switch that out into a smaller one anyway. And my clay there. The clay, I'll probably stand it up so it takes less room again. Because actually, in all honesty, these things fit relatively well. So closing up again. Now to close it, you just sort of need to push this up a little bit to meet the opening. Fold it down, and that's it. We are good to go. And that's how she looks on me. My friend at work said it's such a sexy looking bag, and I agree, it really is. And the beauty of this is that if you are like me, where your arms are larger, I think the shoulder drop will be quite accommodating, and it would fit comfortably on most people. Of course, there is also this one, which you could sit at the shortest, and I'll do that, and that could be like another shoulder drop, shoulder length drop. So let's give that a go. And of course, you could always have extra holes put into it. And what's this, packaging, and go from there. So let's see what that looks like. So if you needed a little bit more of a shoulder length, you could do that. Leave that hanging. That's just going to be there off to the side, or remove it, and then it could be an even longer shoulder bag again. Or if you don't mind having the two straps, then just, you know, maybe that's okay. What do you reckon? So it's a nice bag. That color though, that color. Please let me know your thoughts. I'm going to quickly deck it out with a couple of little doodads and bits and bobs and take it from there. Now, Oroton actually sells another tassel in this same leather and color. It's just longer and it's got a little bit more work on it. It's in the same line as this bag. So I'm thinking I'm going to buy that too, but I'm just going to wait for a bit of a sale. So yeah, that's what the bag looks like without that. See, that looks nice. Let me decorate it. So what I've done is I've put that little Mimco little clock. It always looks like it's facing my bag. Why does it do that? Let's do it this way. Yeah, so that's the little clock with the little carabiner, not carabiner, like rope climbing doodads on it with the little cherries. This is just another little cheapie with the little billiard ball, the little 8, and it's got a bit of red, so it just gives it a bit of color, pops it a little bit. Then I have here, and this charm is actually from Oroton, so the hardware matches perfectly. It's this sort of brushed gold. I could put that on the other side. Very noisy. So again, I'm going to have a noisy bag. Part of me likes just charms on one side. I have tried to fit this on this top hardware, and that's okay. That looks all right. You know, I could probably just have it, again, hanging off and it'll move around. Or the other option is this string of natural stones. You may remember a little while ago when I did a bit of a charm haul, I had some pink ones. I went back to the store and I bought the brown natural ones because I thought that they were really lovely. Beautiful shades of brown and amber and so on. And these are natural stones as well. And just maybe hang that off. I don't know. Does that look a bit like it's got ponytails? I mean pigtails? Yeah, no, it's got to go. So I think I will just have the decorations on the one side. I do like these though. Maybe I'll have this instead of that. Give this little clock a rest. We'll see. Anyway, yep, I think I do. I think I like that. What do you think? Nearly scratched it again. No, let's do that. So there you go. That's going to be my next bag for the next week or so. I'm really admiring a lot of people's videos where they showcase the bags that they've worn for the past month, and especially go and watch Lo. If you're not familiar with her channel, I'll have a link below. She has every month a sort of a summary of all the bags that she's worn for that month, and she wears many bags, like 20 bags in a month or something. And I think to myself, bro, like I'll use one bag for a whole month, you know what I mean? But anyway, I'm trying to get myself to the point where I can change them out week by week, which is what I used to do years ago. But then sometimes, as I mentioned with work, when I'm flat chat, I just don't think about changing out my bag. I just wear something that kind of goes with the bag. Does that make sense? So this is my latest one. Let me know what your thoughts are. What would you do? Would you leave this on and still have this on? Or just carry it like that and have the longer strap hanging? I kind of like that look. Or would you remove this if you're intending to use the long strap? Do let me know. I'd love to have a chat with you about it. It looks a bit odd, doesn't it? But anyway, let me know what you think of this bag. It's beautiful and soft. It feels lovely. I'm actually looking forward to using it. And let's hope that when I give you a recap of this, I haven't scratched the absolute living daylights out of it. Let's hope. Anyway, as always, I look forward to reading your comments. Take care, everybody. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Ciao. Oh, beautiful bag.